Well, we're doing one more. We all got to say something. It's getting hotter.
Well, I'll say hi. This is, and we'll all go. Anacrusis, like a big chain.
Yeah, come on.
Okay. Doing. Hi, this is Anacrusis. You guys blew it, so you blew it.
No, slower.
Hello.
Hi, we're from Anacrusis.
Hi. Do all bands suck at this?
Oh, this is
Because we suck at this.
And we use all the bad ones, by the way.
Well, we're finished then, I guess.
Yeah, we've got plenty.
Okay.
We did the bad ones.
You ever watch The Muppet Show?
We can try to do one decent one if you guys want.
You want some more?
I cracked her up, man.
We're using our tape.
Hello. Hello.
You guys ready? We rolling?
We've been rolling.
Okay, this is Kevin.
Ken
And John.
from Anacrusis.
And you're watching Critical Mass on cable.
No, we won't be missing that.
What station?
That's fine. It airs on so many.
On so many cables.
Hi, with Anacrusis here in the studio. They're our local segment for this episode of Critical Mass. Local band, normally 4 guys in the band, but we're missing the drummer, huh?
Yeah.
Just kind of got lost.
Ran out of gas or something.
We'll see him playing, though, because we're going to get to see Anacrusis live. This was at your CD release party
Right.
down at Mississippi Nights. How did that all go?
Good. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it went pretty well. It was the first time I was playing any of the new material. We did pretty much the whole album, so we had to work out a lot of the bugs in the songs, but I think overall it went pretty well.
Yeah.
We talked about looking very dark and stuff, but other than that, I think it went pretty well. We had a really good turnout, and a lot of the people we originally scheduled the show a couple weeks earlier than that, but we went ahead and put it off, and it seemed like a lot of people had a chance to listen to the new material, so some of the people knew what we were doing.
Right. Well, it's been about a year or so since we played out live, so we're a little bit rusty.
God,
Yeah, it's actually the second show we've done with Paul, our drummer. Probably last show.
Now, you guys are not notoriously like a bar band. You don't play out in the scene too often.
A couple times a year. We don't hang out in bars either.
Yeah. You're just like a quiet secret here in St. Louis. However, you're reaching national fame because you've been signed. The album, is it called Sound the Alarm?
No, Screams and Whispers.
Screams and Whispers is the name of the CD, and Sound the Alarm is what, a single, or...
That's our big hit
How do
single.
they do it? You know, I can't remember. They do singles and they do videos.
That's our pop
right?
song.
That's the one all the girls are going to go crazy for.
Generally, the single and the video are the same thing most of the time.
Now, what's interesting is that you guys, being a St. Louis local band, also worked with a lot of St. Louis artists to kind of get the music thing going that you have. You used a local guy, and we've aired it here, Sound the Alarm, and Mike Hendricks did the video for it. You want to talk a little bit about that video experience and doing it locally?
Yeah, Mike's been a friend of ours for a couple of years now, and he was finishing his senior year up at Webster University for filmmaking, and for his final project, we had talked about doing a video and trying to do it pretty low budget. With the amount of exposure the band has had as far as record sales and stuff, the record company wasn't real big on giving us a big amount of money to work with. So by using Mike to help us do the video, he was able to do it as his final for school, his final exam project or whatever. So all we really had to pay for was the actual film stock and the film to video transfer. Everything else was, Mike was able to get the cameras from school. We did all the editing up at Webster University. He got a lot of his friends from class and stuff to come and help us out as far as the crew and everything. We were able to get one of the local clubs here, 367, to let us use their stage one day to film the pseudo live stuff in the video, and turned out pretty well. I mean, for the amount of money we had, the amount of time, we were like actually in the studio recording the album when we did the video.
It was crazy.
We'd only been in the studio like about a week and just barely had put together a rough mix of the song to like lip sync to start doing the video, and we did like one weekend, and then we were back in the studio the rest of the week, and then we did like the live day, and then we went back up to school and did another studio thing.
We're like in the studio recording the record, shooting the video, and working on the album cover all in one shot. We were just like going absolutely crazy with it.
Right. But you kept a hand in all the creative process of it, which is pretty cool.
We always do.
Yeah.
One of the things we did when we turned in the budget for the video to the record company, I got together with Mike, and he gave me a list of materials, crew, location sites, pretty much everything that was involved, and I faxed it off to about 8 or 10 different production companies around the country to get a general idea of what a video of that caliber would cost. And I think the lowest estimate we got back was like $26,000 to shoot what we did, and we did the whole thing on like $2,500.
And it worked because it's getting airplay on, is it Headbangers Ball?
Yeah.
What do you know?
This weekend or next weekend?
Soon.
One of these weekends coming up.
I told my mom
It has
already.
been approved, though,
Yeah,
right?
it's been approved.
That's
Supposedly it's
excellent.
scheduled. We just don't know which week.
Actually, it went out, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, it went out MTV Europe.
Yes, so they've already
So it has
put
been
over
aired
there.
somewhere.
Yeah, on MTV.
In my house.
Yeah.
And here. It was aired
Yeah,
here.
first here.
Also, you utilized a St. Louis photographer for your album cover.
She's right over there.
Yeah, who was that?
And that was an award-winning album cover. Am I right on this? Or
Oh, we got lots of compliments on it.
Yeah.
Actually,
in my eyes view, it was award-winning.
It turned out really well. What we did basically was we had Jennifer just shoot some just vague stuff that kind of along. We didn't exactly know even what we wanted, so we just told her try some of this, some of that, and she just gave us a bunch of photographs, and we took images from a few of them, and then we worked with what's Greg's last name?
Schremeyer, and this is another local
Another local guy
company.
works with
Excellent.
Computer
Mr.
manipulation.
So we took some of Jennifer's photographs. We took, images out of a few of those and had Greg manipulate them on the computer and did the entire layout ourselves and everything. And
We actually got a call from Warner Brothers saying that they thought it was one of the best looking and best laid out covers that they'd seen come
Good.
through.
So you guys are feeling the fire for local extensions of the music scene, really.
Well, we always have. I mean, for a lot of reasons. I mean, one, first and foremost, it's really accessible. We don't have to call somebody in Los Angeles or New York and say, hey, this is what we want, send it back, let's bounce around. Everybody's right here.
And we can still work our day jobs.
And budget-wise, I mean,
Time being,
Yeah.
you'd be really surprised at how much cheaper things are in the Midwest than they are on
And
either
that the
coast.
talent does exist.
Exactly.
Right,
It's
there's a lot
just
of
it's
people-
really unexposed because it's not on either coast. And there's a lot of people that are willing to work for, not cheaply in the way of like, let's be cheap about it, but work with you so that everybody gets something out of the project. Like, hey, I'm not going to make $1 million, but I want some exposure, so I'll do it for you guys for
And an
this.
opportunity.
And you guys give me the credit, whatnot, and everybody benefits, and you don't have to spend $1 million to make everyone happy.
Metal Blade is the official.
Yeah, it's actually Metal
Yeah.
Blade Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Warner Brothers is the distributor.
How did that all come about?
It all started
Yeah.
in like '88, I guess. We
Yeah.
signed to a European label called, at that time, Axis Records, which then changed their name to Active Records. And they actually put out our first 2 albums, Suffering Hour and Reason. And then at the time that Reason was going to be released, we still hadn't gotten a U.S. distribution deal. So Metal Blade were interested in putting out that record and also putting out the first one. And then that was only a 2-record deal with the European label. So once the second album was done, released and all of that, we went ahead and signed directly to Metal Blade, starting with our last record, Manic Impressions, and then this one. And during the time, right when before we went ahead and signed and recorded the last record, they had signed a distribution deal with Warner Brothers. And what they basically, that just means that the record is more accessible. It's in more of the chain stores. It's just easier to get a hold of. But Metal Blade is the company. They're the ones who finance everything and actually do the record and everything.
You got to know a lot about the music business when you finally get involved in it, don't you?
Well, actually, you'd be surprised. You tend to learn it. You learn as you go along.
When you do everything
Yeah.
wrong once.
It's time to learn.
Trial and error.
So Grateful, is that off of the new CD?
Right.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at that? This was live at Mississippi Nights. Do you remember the date?
That was
June
1990.
19th.
There you go.
Can we see this
Day
too?
before Kenn's birthday.
Let's all look.
His 30th birthday.
Yeah, right.
This is Grateful from Anacrusis. It's kind of fair to say that you guys didn't really, Anacrusis doesn't travel in the typical St. Louis music scene, or is there an
That's really
underbelly?
fair to say.
Okay.
That's really
That's
fair.
extremely fair to say.
And that could be very complimentary in a lot of
Well,
ways.
I mean,
But
to
you
us,
existed on your own. You're your own kind of genre. Do you
Oh, I
wanna
like
talk
that.
a little bit about that?
Well, we've always tried to, we've always been into, this kind of music wasn't really always huge in St. Louis. There's always a good underground for like heavy metal or whatever it is. Okay, heavy metal.
We're ahead
it's,
now.
it's like there's
We were always into certain other things, and it's like you had the whole landing clique and the whole landing crowd, and which we're not really
Right, it's
bar
like without
dwellers
anybody
or anything
taking it the
anyway,
wrong
so-
way.
We like playing shows for all ages.
There's clubs
you
on
know?
the landing that we can play, but we're not into the landing scene. So, okay, we're going to do this one Friday, that one Saturday, 2 on this one on Sunday. It's like we like to build it up to be an event and do it 2 or 3 times a year. And, we'll go to Mississippi Nights or one of the other local clubs and try to build up an event out of it.